He leaned in, their lips met, and just like that, everything spiraled. One kiss, no warning, no explanation. And the next day, he acted like it never happened. That silence, it didn't just sting, it set fandoms on fire. These aren't just dramas, these are emotional landmines, exploding with tension, longing, and the kind of chemistry that turns quiet glances into full-blown heartbreak. Today we're diving into 8 Korean BL series you can't afford to skip. Enemies to lovers? Check. Second chances? Check. Plot twists you'll scream at? Oh, absolutely. But the one that shook the internet? It started with a hoodie and ended with a theory that fans are still decoding. Let's begin. Korean BLs didn't just evolve, they exploded. What once lived in the shadows of indie film festivals is now front and centre on global streaming platforms, with budgets, fan bases, and emotional devastation to match. Whether you crave slow burn tension, public meltdown kisses, or the kind of angst that lingers for days, this list, it delivers. And no, this isn't some boring top 8 ranking. Because honestly, how do you rank heartache? Every drama here will grip you differently. Some will wreck you slowly. Others, they'll destroy you in a single scene. So stay sharp, because the one that looks harmless at first, yeah, that's the one that'll ruin you completely. First, semantic error, the blueprint.
상호? 이 시간에 여기까지 웬일이냐?
전화는 왜 안 받아요?
전화? 나 무음으로 해놔가지고. 야, 전화를 뭐 이렇게 많이 했어?
형은 진짜 에러 같은 새끼예요.
뭐 에러?
성격 더럽고 시간 관념 없고 변덕스러운 데다가 매사에 비성적.
팩포카를 여기까지 왔어?
저도 지금 제가 왜 이러는지 모르겠어요. 그럼 이런 말 다 소용없는 거 아는데 그런 거 다 알면서도 좋아한다고요. 형이 좋아요. 좋아해요. 선배 제안 다시 대답해도 돼요?
아니. 이미 끝난 거 못 물러.
It started with a group project. It ended with obsession. Semantic error is the reason many fans fell headfirst into the KBL rabbit hole. Chu Sang-woo is a no-nonsense, logic over everything kind of guy. Until he meets his glitch in the system, Jang Jae-young, the design major with chaos energy and a vendetta. What begins as passive-aggressive sabotage turns into flirtation you can cut with a knife. The chemistry? Nuclear. Enemies to lovers? Yes. But it's the vulnerability hiding beneath the snark that'll punch you in the gut. And if you think this is just another school romance, you're not ready for the emotional code they're about to rewrite. Second, let free, the curse of Taekwondo, the one that hurts.
넌 공부 잘하냐? 너도 알잖아. 선수 생활하면 어쩔 수 없이 공부할 시간도.
나 선수 아니고 전교 1등인데. 진짜야.
에이.
믿기 싫으면 말든가.
27 곱하기 4.
108.
Love wasn't the problem. The world around them was. Let Free is haunting. It's quiet, heavy, and achingly real. Do-ho is suffocating under his father's expectations in a Taekwondo gym that feels more like a prison than a dojo. Then comes Ju-yong, bright, talented from Seoul. Their bond forms in silence and shared dreams, until a single tragedy rips them apart. A decade later, they meet again. Same pain, but this time, they choose each other. This isn't about fireworks, it's about healing, together. But healing isn't linear. And their past, it still has claws. Third, the eighth sense, the one that broke us all. He kissed him, then acted like it never happened. The eighth sense is visually stunning, but its real power lies in how it captures isolation, confusion, and longing. Ji-hyun, a shy freshman, meets Jae-won, a senior just back from military service. They collide like waves in a storm. The chemistry builds. You root for them. You know it's real. Then, Jae-won pretends the kiss meant nothing. Fans everywhere screamed at their screens. Is it queer yearning? Is it fear? Is it trauma? Yes to all of it. And when the truth finally surfaces, you won't be ready for what it costs. Fourth, light on me, the high school triangle of your dreams.
쟤는 조금 유별나. 요즘 말로 뭐 자발적 아싸? 뭐 그런 건데 그래서 유명하다.
가자. 난 친구 같은 거 필요 없는데.
He never planned to fall in love. He just wanted to stop eating lunch alone. Taekyung has always been a loner, not by choice, but by habit. That changes the moment he tells a teacher he wants to make friends, but has no idea where to start. The solution? Join the student council. But what begins as a social experiment quickly spirals into something far more complicated. He meets Shinwoo, cold, quiet, and always watching from the corner. And then there's Daon, the perfect student, everyone's favourite, who seems effortlessly drawn to Taekyung from the very start. At first, it's just awkward meetings and group projects. But slowly, feelings begin to surface, then crash. One moment Daon is leaning in, smiling like he already knows this is fate. The next, Shinwoo is blurting out a confession that catches even himself off guard. The love triangle here isn't just decorative, it's personal, messy, painfully real. You'll root for one couple, then second-guess everything after a single stolen glance. Because Light on Me understands something most dramas forget. Sometimes, it's not about choosing who's best for you, it's about figuring out who makes you feel like yourself. The sweetness never overshadows the depth. The tension isn't loud, it's mikrodikadam, napanstam, it's lingering. Like when someone holds back a secret they're too scared to say out loud. And when the ending comes, it doesn't explode. It settles, like a sigh you didn't know you were holding in. And in that quiet, you realise this wasn't just a school romance. It was a story about choosing connection, even when it's hard. 5. To My Star, Season 1 and 2. The realistic one that grows with you. They fell in love, but staying in love, that's the real challenge. Kang Seo-jun was once a shining star in Korea's entertainment world. Now that light is starting to fade. Meanwhile, Han Ji-woo is a private, quietly intense chef who lives life by strict rules. When their paths cross, sparks fly. Not the fiery kind, but the slow, steady kind that burns deeper over time. In Season 1, their differences pull them together in unexpected ways. It's tender, a little chaotic, and filled with the kind of domestic moments that make you believe in quiet love. But Season 2 doesn't play safe. This time, the story dives into the harder questions. What happens after the honeymoon phase? What if love isn't enough to fix the cracks forming beneath the surface? Boundaries are tested, past trauma resurfaces, and the very foundation of their relationship begins to shake. It's no longer about falling in love, it's about surviving it, growing together, or growing apart. To My Star doesn't offer fairy tale answers. It asks real questions. Can you love someone who sees the world completely differently from you? Can you stay, even when it hurts? Or does love have to evolve just as people do? And by the time the credits roll, you're not left with a perfect ending. You're left with something better. A story that feels honest. 6. Secret relationships, the plot twist powerhouse. He wanted love. What he got was a love square tangled in betrayal, secrets, and emotional landmines. This isn't just another slow burn romance.
형 좋아해요. 처음부터 좋아했어요.
왜 자꾸 손을 넘지? 눈치도 빠르고 이속도 잘 챙기는 애가 왜 이렇게 멍청하게 굴어? 어?
Secret Relationships came out of nowhere and quickly became 2025's breakout hit. Not because it was flashy, but because it was utterly unpredictable. Every episode left fans gasping, arguing, and obsessing over theories, like detectives caught in a messy web of emotions. At the centre of the storm is Dawan. He's quiet, emotionally closed off, and just trying to survive. But as soon as his life starts to settle, 3 different people from his past and present pull him in different directions, and none of them are playing fair. First, there's Shin Jaemin, his former tutor. Mysterious, older, and carrying a mountain of unspoken regret. Their history is complicated, their bond unfinished. Then comes Hwan Hein, Dawan's confident and persistent co-worker. He offers something real, safety, honesty, a future. But emotional wounds don't heal just because someone new shows up. And then there's Jin, Dawan's childhood friend, the one who's always been there, watching, waiting, hoping. He's the kind of person who hides love behind loyalty, pretending he's okay with just being there, until he's not. What follows is an emotional tug-of-war that pulls you in every direction. Jealousy, secrets, manipulation, affection. Every episode reveals another piece of the puzzle, only to rearrange the whole board again. Just when you think you know who Dawan should choose, someone says something, looks a certain way, and suddenly you're back at square one. And beneath all the drama lies something painfully real, a story about longing, fear, and how love can sometimes hurt more than heartbreak. The final twist doesn't just shock you, it redefines everything you thought you knew. And once it's over, you'll want to re-watch it from the beginning, just to spot all the signs you missed. This isn't just a love story, it's a psychological battlefield where no one comes out unscathed. And that's exactly why you won't be able to look away. 7. Love for Love, the fantasy twist. You didn't know you needed. What if your second chance at happiness came inside a video game? Myung-ha, a 29-year-old man burned out by life, wakes up one day as his 19-year-old self inside a virtual RPG world. But this isn't a power fantasy, it's a mission, and the goal's heartbreakingly simple. Help someone else find happiness. That someone is Chayoon, a brilliant but emotionally distant track star with a past full of pain. He keeps people at arm's length, guards his heart like it's armour. But Myung-ha begins to chip away at that armour, slowly, sincerely, and with more at stake than either of them realise. As the bond between them deepens, what starts as a light-hearted quest becomes a powerful meditation on healing, connection, and second chances. It's funny, it's touching, and it hits with unexpected emotional weight. But there's one catch. Only Myung-ha knows this world isn't real. And once the game ends, he might lose everything. Is it possible to fall in love inside a simulation? And more importantly, can that love survive outside of it? This drama proves that fantasy doesn't mean shallow. Sometimes, the most unreal stories hold the most real emotions. 8. Cherry Blossoms After Winter, the gentle knife to the heart. They grew up like brothers until they weren't. After his parents died, Haebom moved in with Taesung's family. They were close as kids, but high school changed everything. Now they live under the same roof, sharing meals, memories, and something unspoken that keeps pulling them together. It's awkward. It's wholesome. It's achingly beautiful. Cherry Blossoms doesn't need big twists, just raw, honest emotion. And that's what makes it unforgettable. Korean BL is no longer emerging. It's here, it's powerful. It's making noise globally, and these dramas, they're leading the charge. Fandoms have exploded. Actors have found lifelong fans. And hearts, shattered, repaired, and shattered again. But this is just the beginning. With success comes growth. Streaming giants are investing. Directors are experimenting. And audiences, they're demanding more complex, meaningful love stories with queer joy and queer heartbreak. The stories are changing, and we're watching it happen in real time. These dramas didn't just entertain, they held up a mirror to how messy, brave, and beautiful love really is. Whether it's a hoodie hint, a beach kiss, or a hand lingering just a second too long, these moments remind us why we keep watching. And maybe why we keep believing. Drop your favourite BL below, or the one that left you crying at 2 AM. Hit subscribe because the next series that wrecks us, we'll scream together.